All right, today we've got Emily Carver, Faith Alston, and Taylor Lewis after today's win against ULM. We'll open it up for questions.
To Faith in particular, I know you had I think 7-point first half and a 17-point second half. What kind of clicked at either halftime or third quarter that shots just started falling?
I don't know. I don't really think I changed anything except being more aggressive. I feel like in the first half I was being super passive, trying to find my teammates, look for them, get them going. But in the second half, I decided, like, why can't I just do both? I've been doing both the entire season because usually when I get going, that's when teams start to focus more on me and then I can be able to facilitate to my teammates. So, I mean, I think it was just a little bit of a mind shift, just being more aggressive on my part, but still looking for my teammates and doing the same thing.
And then I guess for all three of you in double digits, several others with quite a few points. I think 9 different players scored. What does that say about the depth of the team that, just about everybody on the roster is making significant contributions out there?
Yeah, I think that just shows like what we can do when we play as a team. When we share the ball, when everybody's scoring, when everybody's doing their role, I think that really shows what we can do when we're out on the court doing that.
Zach Smith, High Country Sports. Emily, this is your first game back in the home center since your injury. What's it kind of mean to you to be back in this environment, a familiar one?
Yeah, it feels great. And then just to have, like, knowing that my teammates have confidence in me every time I step out on the court, even when we were on the road, like, knowing coming back from an injury that my teammates are still that confident in me, it feels great to step back out there.
And this one's for all three of you. Today was National Girls and Women in Sports Day. In y'all's time here, how's the perception of around women's sports changed?
Well, I haven't been here that long, but I think that this year has been the best year around women's sports. I think we've had a lot of more fans to come out, and I think for the continuing years, for everybody out there, you guys should really come see these girls play. Emily Carver is a superstar, 3-point shooter. Faith is one of the best guards in the nation. So I think women's sports should be taken more seriously. That's it, my piece.
Taylor, you were 2 points shy from a career high and 1 point shy from a double-double this afternoon. What was going through your head throughout the game and, that helped you perform as well as you did today?
Trying to step up, do something different for my teammates. I think a lot of people get so sucked into scoring, and I just wanted to do whatever my teammates needed. So that was pretty much it.
And then throughout the game, especially towards the end of the game, things got a little bit chippy. How were y'all as a team able to just kind of compose yourselves and just handle the moment and then take care of business?
I mean, when you play really any sport, but especially you're in a tight game, emotions run very high, and when calls aren't really going your way, stuff isn't really falling, tensions get really high. And I mean, I think that's the first time that's ever happened to us. I think maybe since my freshman year. Yeah. Maybe that's the first time that's ever happened. But I think we're not only more mature as a team, but we just value the family and the type of togetherness that we have as a team. And before we go into every game, we're just gonna play us, and nobody's gonna break us. If they're gonna come out and shoot more, shoot the lights out, and they're gonna win the game, that's fine. But there's nothing that's gonna break us. We're gonna win together as a team. We're gonna lose together as a team, regardless of what's going on in the middle.
And then finally, your defense was on point tonight. You turned them over 17 times. You made big plays on the defensive end towards the end of the game. Just how much defense is really emphasized during practices and throughout the week, and especially for your game plan as a team.
Yeah, we emphasize defense a lot because we know that our best offense is in transition. So if we can get steals and get stops, we're going to run in transition, and then that's when we're going to play our best basketball.
Awesome. Any further questions? Great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mountaineers.
Oh, my God.
All right, we've got head coach Angel Elderkin after today's win against ULM. Coach, if you want to start with an opening statement, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, what a great win. What a outstanding win. And I'm going to say there's 4 more home games to watch this group, and I'm just going to continue to beg people to come out and see this team play. If you can't see their heart, feel their heart, tonight it was just on full display. I'm just so proud of this group for staying with our process and being able to take down a tough ULM team with some dynamic scorers that are ahead of us in the standings. But just a great team win. Just really, really excited, especially when we've played a lot of this season without Emily Carver and without Taylor Lewis, and to see the way that they're contributing to our team right now. This is what this game is about. How do you deal with adversity? And this group is showing it every time we step on the court.
Awesome. We'll open it up for questions.
I believe you were 6 for 6 in free throws the last 30 seconds or so of the game. What does that say about your team's ability to be deliver in those clutch moments at the end of the game?
Yeah, it was, we had faith, I believe, in Taylor taking those shots, and I think those are seniors stepping up at appropriate time when the game's on the line. And, that those free throws don't fall, the game could have went a different way. And so, again, free throw shooting isn't something that we've been statistically great at. And so to be able to close out the fourth quarter, I think just shows the level of toughness that it takes to win and in their will to want to win.
Coach Zach Smith, High Country Sports. So Emily Carver's first game back at the home center in, I think it was over 2 months. What does that mean to you and the team to have her back?
Stability. Emily is a stable player who does her job on both sides of the ball. She also brings just a winning edge and a winning mindset to this group, and just the experience. Emily's in her third year of playing these Sun Belt games, knowing what it takes. And I know as a coach, just going into these games, having a level of confidence and knowing the toughness that she brings to the table and to the team.
4 of your final 6 games of the regular season are at home. How do you plan to use that to sort of build momentum into the conference tournament?
Consistency builds momentum, and it's something that we talked about with our team in terms of we had a stretch. We're going on the road on Saturday. That's 5 of 6 games on the road. That's tough. We're not close to anybody that we play. I mean, it's not like we're driving 2 hours down the road and competing. It's a bus. It's 5 hours. It's a plane. And so talking to our players even today about we've got 5 games at home. We have an opportunity to make a run. And so I think the big thing is trying to create a home court advantage. I'm just going to be honest. We go on the road and we're playing in front of 3,000 fans, 4,000 fans. It's loud. There's a crowd. And we gotta cultivate that. Because we took down 112 in the net today. We're going to have Marshall, that's a top 100 team coming to town. We're going to have Old Dominion, who's right behind them, in JMU. Those are the top teams in the league, and we're going to need every ounce of energy in that building. And I really just hope that our fan base can step up to the table and show these players the love and respect that they deserve for giving their all for App State.
Today is National Girls and Women in Sports Day. What does that mean to you, and how has the perception changed in the 10 years that you've been here at App State?
Yeah, when I think of National Women in Sports, the first thing that comes to mind is opportunity. And where there's opportunity, there's growth. And to see the way that the game has grown just in my tenure at App has just been so awesome. And I would just I just have so much passion for every girl that could have been in the stands today to say, be a part of sport, because there's so much good that you learn by being a part of a team, and there's so much good that you learn about adversity. There's no class in school that's like adversity 101, but how much adversity was on that court tonight? And then you see the team come in and talk about not being broken. That's life. And sports plays a big part in developing young people. And although it was National Women in Sports Day, I have to say there was a boys team behind our bench. You guys might have heard them. And they come to our camp. That stuff makes my heart so happy. They're behind, come on, Faith, come on, Zayda. They know our players by name, our female student athletes by name. And that is special, and that just doesn't happen everywhere. And so I love those kids. I love that they really have a passion for our team. But I can't say enough about just the gratitude that I have for the other female athletes that were there today to help support us. Because although we've come a long way, we're nowhere near where we need to be. Okay, women's basketball is on the rise. And so, Boone, come on, let's go. Let's start to show these ladies some love.
Coach, you've said it in your opening statement and throughout your whole press conference that today was a really good win. Emotions ran very high, especially towards the end of the game. You know, as a coach, especially with players, you know, how do you try to go about keeping their emotions at a level of containment and trying to keep your emotions contained as well?
Yeah, I think number one, I got to model it, right? If I lose my mind in those moments, they're going to feed off me. And then I have to manage it. And hats off to my group. When you get to this point in the season, you hope as a coach you've done enough to make your team be player-led. They took control of this today. They were like, Coach, we're good. Like, I went to the huddle, check on them. They were talking it. We're mature. We have to keep our poise. For Faith to say that we're a mature team, she's talking about herself and how she's grown up. And so now she's able to manage and model the behavior in that moment for a sophomore in AB. Okay, Faith's walked in those shoes. So I have to give all the credit to them in that moment. For me, I didn't really know what was going on. I'm like, what in the world? I didn't know we were rejecting players. And so I'm trying to manage my emotions so they don't play off me, but tip the cap to our kids for really stepping up in that moment.
And your team this afternoon really all over the place on the defensive end of the ball. I know I keep asking you these questions like how much you keep pounding defense, and leading into transition. You know, what was the game plan coming into the day, defense-oriented and trying to get more points in fast break and transition?
Absolutely. We spend a ton of time on defense. So our Mondays, we're always coming in here and we're cleaning up what we need to clean up. We were playing, I don't know if you guys know, and that's the other part about just educating people. ULM, they're not the ULM of the past. You know, they've got Clemson, Auburn, Clemson, all over their roster. It's all, you know, Power 5 players. And so with that being said, we knew that we had to prep our team to be able to guard these dynamic guards. Like, Bradford averages 20. And so the game plan was to try to get her into multiple bodies. Same thing with Jakayla Johnson. Get her. So we worked ad nauseum this week of how are we going to guard them in the ball screen? How are we going to? And I told our kids, this game is going to be won on the defensive end. And I thought the start, that fast start for us was just a key that gave us the momentum that we needed.
And 3 year players scored in double figures today. Emily and Faith, nearly identical stat lines. You know, how, as far as your leadership and your veteran presence on this team, as a coach, how much does it mean to you, especially in moments like today and moments like this game where you can rely on your players for leadership?
It takes a lot of, I guess, not like pressure, but when you know that you have players of their caliber, like you look at that fourth quarter, and as it starts, it's Faith to the rim for a foul, Emily to the rim. You know, the game is going to be decided by the players at the end of the day, and both of those players are very equipped for those moments. One of the things about their stat line that I love is the 5 assists and 4 assists. So not only are they impacting the ball by scoring, they're also sharing the ball. Am I right on that? Yeah, 5 and 4. You guys looked at me. So, and that's been something I've talked ad nauseum to our team about, being a team that assists the basketball. So I just appreciate them just being that extension of me and, you know, being ready in that fourth quarter.
Any further questions? Great. Thank you, Coach.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.